In the annals of medical history, few diseases have been as enigmatic and elusive as HIV/AIDS. From its initial emergence in the early 20th century, this viral adversary has been shrouded in mystery, perplexing the most brilliant minds in the medical and scientific communities. A silent, invisible invader, the human immunodeficiency virus, or HIV, has proven to be an enigma of epic proportions. HIV/AIDS is not just a disease, it is a global phenomenon that has touched every corner of the world, affecting millions of individuals and leaving an indelible mark on our collective human narrative. It is a complex, multifaceted medical condition, a labyrinthine puzzle that has proven difficult to unravel. From a purely scientific perspective, HIV/AIDS is a masterclass in viral ingenuity. The virus, with its uncanny ability to mutate and adapt, has been a formidable opponent, constantly staying one step ahead of our best efforts to understand and combat it. Its complex life cycle, its ability to hide within the human body, and its knack for evading the immune system have made it a challenging adversary for researchers and clinicians alike. But the enigma of HIV/AIDS extends beyond the realm of science. Its impact is felt in societies, economies, and cultures around the globe. It has forced us to confront difficult questions about public health, human rights, and social justice. It has brought to the fore issues of stigma and discrimination, and it has challenged us to rethink our approaches to healthcare and disease management. The economic toll of HIV/AIDS is staggering, with billions spent annually on research, treatment, and prevention efforts. And yet the virus continues to spread, with millions still at risk. In the face of such a formidable adversary, it would be easy to feel overwhelmed. But history has shown us that when confronted with a challenge of this magnitude, humanity has a remarkable capacity to rise to the occasion. The story of HIV/AIDS is not just a tale of a devastating disease, it is also a testament to our collective resilience, our unwavering determination, and our relentless pursuit of knowledge and understanding. But even in the face of this formidable adversary, humanity wasn't about to back down. Understanding the transmission and infective action of HIV is crucial in our fight against it. The primary modes of HIV transmission include sexual contact, sharing of needles or syringes, and from mother to child during birth or breastfeeding. In each of these instances, the virus is transferred through bodily fluids such as blood, semen, vaginal fluids, or breast milk. Once in the body, HIV seeks out a type of white blood cell called CD4 or T cells, which are integral to the body's immune response. The virus attaches itself to these cells, injects its genetic material, and uses the cell's machinery to replicate. This process eventually destroys the CD4 cell, releasing new HIV particles to infect other cells, thereby perpetuating a vicious cycle. Over time, the number of CD4 cells decreases, weakening the immune system and making the body susceptible to opportunistic infections and diseases. This is what we know as AIDS, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. Understanding this process is not just an academic exercise, it is a crucial part of our prevention efforts. The knowledge of how HIV is transmitted guides our strategies to reduce its spread. These include promoting safe sex practices, ensuring the availability of clean needles for drug users, and providing antiretroviral therapy to pregnant women with HIV to reduce the risk of mother-to-child transmission. By understanding how HIV works, we can better equip ourselves to prevent its spread. This knowledge, combined with the ongoing efforts of scientists, healthcare professionals, and communities worldwide, is our best weapon in the fight against HIV/AIDS. As we ventured into the uncharted territory of this new disease, the early 1980s marked the beginning of our understanding. Like detectives on a case, scientists worldwide sought to unravel the enigma of this burgeoning epidemic. In this pursuit of knowledge, a few names stand out, their contributions pivotal in our early comprehension of HIV/AIDS. Dr. Robert Gallo and Dr. Luc Montagnier independently, yet simultaneously, identified the virus responsible for AIDS. Gallo's team at the National Cancer Institute in the United States and Montagnier's group at the Pasteur Institute in France both discovered the virus we now know as the human immunodeficiency virus. In the initial stages of understanding, this virus was given different names. Gallo's team labeled it HTLV3 and Montagnier's team called it LAV. However, in 1986, both were consolidated under the name we recognize today, HIV. Dr. Françoise Barré-Sinoussi, a member of Montagnier's team, played a significant role in this discovery. Her work in retrovirology was instrumental in identifying HIV as a retrovirus, a virus that replicates in a host cell via the reverse transcription of its RNA into DNA, an unusual and complex process. As the scientific community grappled with the realization of this new and deadly retrovirus, there was a pressing need to understand its mechanisms and impacts. Scientists knew this was no ordinary virus. It attacked the immune system directly, leaving the body defenseless against opportunistic infections. The early 1980s also saw the advent of the first HIV test developed by Dr. Gallo and his team. This test, known as the ELISA test, was a significant breakthrough. It provided a way to screen blood supplies, significantly reducing the risk of transmission through blood transfusion. These initial strides in understanding HIV/AIDS were merely the first steps in a long journey. They laid the foundation for the immense body of knowledge we possess today about the virus, its transmission, and its effects on the human body. Though the path was fraught with uncertainty, these pioneers laid the groundwork for the fight against HIV/AIDS. With each passing decade, our understanding grew, and the battlefront shifted from mere discovery to active combat. As we journeyed into the 90s, a pivotal era emerged in the fight against HIV and AIDS. Scientists and medical professionals alike, armed with the knowledge garnered from the previous decade, were now poised to make significant strides in the field of research and treatment of this enigmatic disease. This was the era of antiretroviral therapy, a game changer in every sense of the word. Introduced in the mid-90s, antiretroviral therapy, or ART, became the mainstay for HIV treatment. This potent combination of drugs designed to slow the progression of HIV marked an unprecedented shift in the way we manage this affliction. The advent of RT was a triumph of human ingenuity and perseverance. It represented a beacon of hope for those grappling with the reality of an HIV diagnosis. But this success was not without its fair share of challenges. The early iterations of RT were riddled with side effects, and adherence to the rigorous regimen was a daunting task for many. Yet as we stepped into the new millennium, refinements in antiretroviral therapy began to unfold. The regimens became simpler and more tolerable. The development of single-tablet regimens epitomized this evolution, making adherence to treatment significantly more manageable. The early years of the 21st century also heralded a newfound understanding of the virus's insidious nature. We discovered the concept of viral reservoirs, pockets where HIV could hide and evade the immune system. This revelation underscored the complexity of the disease and the challenges that lay ahead. But it wasn't all about the science. The shift in the battlefront was also marked by a change in societal attitudes. The stigma associated with HIV and AIDS began to wane. The world was starting to understand that an HIV diagnosis was no longer a death sentence. And so the tide began to turn, but the fight was far from over. In our current era, the battle against HIV/AIDS has evolved in ways we could never have imagined. A myriad of therapies now exist that not only stave off the debilitating effects of the disease, but also allow individuals to lead lives of relative normalcy. These therapies, born from the tireless efforts of scientists and doctors, are nothing short of medical marvels. Let's delve into the world of antiretroviral therapy, or ART. This treatment, which involves the use of several antiretroviral drugs in combination, works to prevent HIV from replicating in the body. It's like a vigilant sentry constantly on guard against the virus, keeping its proliferation in check. The outcome? The virus's onslaught on the immune system is curtailed, and individuals with HIV can maintain their health for many years. But the impact of these therapies isn't confined to the realm of medicine alone. The ripples extend to demographics and economics too. The advent of effective therapies has drastically altered the demographic landscape of HIV. Once viewed as a plague that indiscriminately decimated populations, AIDS is now a chronic condition that people of all ages and backgrounds live with. The economic toll, however, remains a significant concern. The cost of these life-saving therapies can be prohibitive for many, especially in low-income nations. But it's not all gloom and doom. The financial strain has spurred on initiatives to make these treatments more accessible and affordable. Moreover, the fight against AIDS has given rise to unexpected positive side effects. It has fostered a global sense of camaraderie, uniting people from different walks of life in a shared battle. It has fueled advancements in medical science and technology that extend well beyond HIV/AIDS. And perhaps most importantly, it has underscored the indomitable spirit of humanity, our ability to turn the tide even in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds. Through relentless effort and innovation, we've transformed HIV from a death sentence to a manageable condition. As we stand on the precipice of the future, the question remains, what's next in our fight against HIV? The horizon beckons with tantalizing possibilities. We find ourselves in an era where the once insurmountable challenge of HIV/AIDS seems within reach of resolution. As the gears of scientific innovation relentlessly churn, we look forward to a future with a potential cure. Researchers are tirelessly probing the depths of our understanding, exploring radical approaches such as gene editing techniques like CRISPR, which could theoretically snip away the virus from our very DNA. On another front, the quest for an effective vaccine continues unabated. Despite the elusive nature of this goal, the scientific community is undeterred. A world where HIV can be prevented with a simple inoculation is not a mere pipe dream, but a tangible future we are striving for. But it's not just about cures and vaccines. We're also envisioning a future where HIV treatment is more accessible, affordable, and devoid of debilitating side effects. A future where antiretroviral therapy is not just a privilege of the few, but a right for all. Indeed, the promise of long-acting injectable treatments looms large. These could transform the lives of those living with HIV, offering a reprieve from the daily pill regimen and ensuring a more consistent treatment adherence. Yet, as we cast our eyes towards this hopeful future, we must not lose sight of the importance of continued research and innovation. It is the lifeblood of our progress, the engine that drives us towards a world free from the shackles of this disease. The road ahead is fraught with challenges, but the scientific community stands resolute. The collective endeavor of brilliant minds across the globe promises a future where HIV/AIDS will be relegated to the annals of medical history. While the journey is far from over, we can look back at our progress with pride and forward with hope. Please note that if you have symptoms or a history of exposure to HIV, please consult your doctor. This video is for informational purposes only and is not meant to be of therapeutic, diagnostic, or clinical use. Always consult your physician or healthcare practitioner for further information. Thank you for joining us on that journey through the scientific history of HIV/AIDS. Do hit that like button and subscribe to SciSips for more videos.